What's it like helping other people in recovery? And being looked up to? I knew that's going to get a reaction like that. It's true, though.
Oh.
It's so true.
Dude, oh man. So the event that takes place that took my use to a whole new level, that took my decision making to a whole nother level, was in 2009. My daughter Savannah passed away 2 weeks after she was born from sudden infant death syndrome. And from that point, not knowing how to cope, I decided to take it upon myself to destroy my liver, no matter how long it took. So I dedicated the rest of my life to being miserable. So 9 years, it's 9 years I tried drinking myself to death. It got to the point to where, and also like meth use and things like that. Although I was what you would call, I guess, a functioning addict and alcoholic. I still did maintain some decent jobs at certain points in between, also periods of homelessness and still, though, the heavy drinking, I got fired from the good job. That's when I went back into homelessness, so I really started again. There was like a couple years where the tolerance got so bad and the depression, and I guess I just kind of started enjoying it too much. It was like, it looked like waking up with like 2 or 3 40s of malt liquor to drink, and then topping off the morning with about a handle of what you would call it, like sanitizer grade vodka. Man, that's what it smells like. It smells like hand sanitizer, that cheap stuff, from the gas station. It costs like $10 for the whole, less than that, like $7. It's like drinking rubbing alcohol. That's what it is. So that's straight. That's just not. I don't know what would, other than traumatic experiences, to want to possess somebody to drink that chemical. That's like drinking pure chemical. I don't know what that is. I don't even know if that was like alcohol. I don't know. At that point, that's how my thought process was. I just knew to drink. Drink. That's it. That's all that mattered. So I don't think there was a question of, is this alcohol? Like, I knew what I was doing. No, not die, don't live. Yeah, just kind of, I guess I was just filling space in my head. I just am here, and I'm just gonna kind of wander until I'm gone, wither away under the train bridge. Hopefully someone will find me. That's brutally honest. It was, so the 3 months after rehab that I had slipped 2 or 3 days after rehab, I slipped, I had a couple beers, and I smoked some crack. And I went to jail again the next day for a week. And then I came back out and I was like, okay, I can do this. That's out. I got that out of my system. You just made a mistake that you learn from. That was it. That's your one. And I gave it like, this is it. This is my like pep talk. Like that was your own shot. That was your one. There's no more oops. Like I'm not gonna forgive myself for another oops like that. You know, I'm not gonna allow myself to do that. Again, there's like I have no more rooms for mistakes. And so it was 3 months after, going through these programs and like learning things through the rehabs at like Valley Vista and here at the retreat, the Starting Now program and things like that, with all this information and things that I'm just learning about the disease of addiction and the behaviors and the traumas and things that just kind of come with that territory of being an addict. And I finally said that I can live this healthy, balanced lifestyle. Like I don't have to live that way that I did anymore. Like it's okay. I'm okay now. I learned to let myself be happy recently, and that was like the first huge step. I wanted to describe it as like when most people, how did they put it, like, oh, so the turning point, when most people think of like what their turning point was during they do it during their use. It's most people just get sick of it. And they say, I can't do this anymore. I can't live like this. I cannot continue on. And I never really had that moment. I mean, I said it, but I never meant it. I didn't drill it into my head hard enough. And then it was 3 months after I had entered my recovery where I was like, I can do this. I can live my life like this. I don't have to live it like that, like the way it was. I enjoyed soaking in all the information. I still have all the worksheets and the pamphlets and everything all tucked away in my folders with my smart recovery stuff. I got all that. Just basically a folder of recovery education. My mom was the most important person and support that I've had this whole time. And it was huge because I held resentment against my mom. I just liked my mother for reasons, and it became clear when I myself entered recovery that I was wrong the whole time. And so in order for me to feel better and kind of move along, to make amends with my mom by just calling her every day. Simple as that. That's so important to me. That's the most important part of my structure. Still is. Contact with Ma every day. Even if she doesn't answer or I have to leave a message, I just say, yeah. I was gonna say I need to call Mom today. But yeah, text message or whatever, or a Facebook hi. Or at least to let her know that I'm conscious, I'm awake. The day has begun, and I'm out here just smiling and make things happen. I have a rabbit. I got Hammer Time. Hammer Time's awesome. AKA the Fuzzy Nightmare. I've got a slew of bass guitars. I don't know if is that even a word? Seattle Slew, I'm reminded of. Remember that horse? No? Seattle Slew. Anyways. okay, so I picked up bass to fill the void and to something with ease. Do something with ease. So that's dangerous. You gotta keep these busy. So bass guitar, video games. I started playing video games again, which, if you can tell by my tattoos, cartoons, video games. I have my grandpa. I have a tattoo of Pac-Man for my grandpa. He was in the hospital on his way, leaving, and he was playing Pac-Man still, the one that hooked up to the TV. So, and that's just kind of something that sits with me. Growing up playing video games or still being in video games, I thought that was kind of cool. That my grandpa's still kind of like hip and with it or whatever. It's good, just a good final memories, I guess. I learned that it's easier. I think, okay, I could just say that I accepted it, but it's just like black and white, you know what I mean? Because there's work behind it. I had to let a lot of stuff go. I had to let go the anger and resentment towards myself of like somebody that I wasn't, which is kind of why I changed my name too. It's like I associate with that person of my past, There's a couple multiple reasons behind that, but there's one of the main ones. It's like kind of just stepping forward and into my own personality, taking ownership of myself.